Hashem, we continue an explanation of Patah Eliyahu. We had the point that they say, Barat Shemaya be'ar'a. Yahush Baruch Hu bara shamayim ve'aretz v'chol seva'am. Baruch Hu created the shamayim ve'aretz and all his assembly, army, everything else. V'apaq minhon shimsha v'sihara v'chochvaya u'mazaleh. V'hotzeta min hashamayim, you place in the sky, shemesh, the sun, yareach, the moon, kochavim, all the stars, v'hamazalot, all the constellations. Uv'ar'a illanin, utsha'in, v'gineta de'eden, v'ispin, v'chevan, v'ofin, v'nunin, uv'irin, uv'nenasha. Everything that created on the land itself. I'll explain Ba'ares, Barata Ilanot, and then he created all the trees, the Sha'im, all the vegetations, the Gan Eden. You have Gan Eden and Ares. You have two Gan Eden, right? Gan Eden, Ares. V'asabim, yes, V'asabim, all the vegetations, Chayot, all the animals, Ofot, the birds, Dagim, all the fishes, everything in the water, Behemot, all the domestic animals, Bnei Adam, also the human being. I'll explain here. It brings a lot of things that's been created, like one after another, all the things. Why is it talks about all the creation? To inform us that even though all of these things are different things, there are many, many different things that have been created in the creation, that are different one from the other. Despite all of this, all this thing doesn't increase or decrease anything from Hashem Barach. And Sof is and Sof. All of this doesn't change anything Hashem Barach. Doesn't add to him and doesn't change him. Arabic side note says something very interesting. He says, "Ine monekan imilat be'ar'a shehi bechinat malchut." Again, he comes here with the word ar'a. Ar'a means eres, means the land. Then it's bechinat malchut. We don't say malchut is eres, zerampin is shomayim. Asara minim. He counts 10 different things. If you count them with the ares itself, become 10 things, right? Ar'a, Ilanin, Deshain, Gineta De'eden, Ispin, Chevan, Ofin, Nunin, Uvirin, Rasha. 10 things he counts here that have been created in a land. Why 10? Can you guess the Sefirot? These are correspond with the Esses Sefirot. Ubahem Nichlalim Arba Mine Nivraim. And including that, we have 4 different types of creation. Creatures, which is domem, someya, chay, medaber. Domem is like inanimate. I think that's the best word, right? Domem, something that like everything that doesn't move and it's not alive. That's called domem. Someya is something that grows, like something that is like a growing vegetation. Chay is something that's alive, include all the animals, and medaber is a human being. So you have 4 different kind of creation. When it comes to the subject of the Gan Eden in this world, it's good to check. I didn't have time to change. It says Rav Pa'alim Chelek Bet Teshuvah Aleph brings over there B'Shem Arizal. Ki Gan Eden Haares. Where is Gan Eden in Haares? Arizal bring in Rav Pa'alim. To check maybe for next time we bring this. Gan Eden Haares Hun Nekuda Ha'emsayi Shel Kav HaMashveh. is in like a middle part of the equator. That's where it is. Shirkol ha'olam, of all the world, v'hu ledaram es Israel. It's in the south of Israel. It's like around Turkey that becomes, maybe not. It says daram es Israel. It's in the south part of Eretz Israel.
In Eretz Israel.
No, south. Ledaram es Israel. Yeah, ledaram es Israel. Yeah, south of in the south part of Israel. וגרגה הגן אינה כחומר גרגה שלנו. میگه the floor of the Gan Eden is not the same material as our flooring. אלא הוא חומר זך מאוד. It's a very, very pure kind of material. והיא מובדלת מקרקע שלנו. It's different from the floor that we have here, like on the land that we have. ונוגע ואינו נוגע בקרקע שלנו. So it touches and doesn't touch our flooring and where we are, on ours. עיין שם. We'll check that for next time. If our Raphalim here, we check that. Explain more about Alizad, Arab Ben Ishchai. ומונה גן עדן שלישי. And if you can't, Gan Eden in this list become the third one, right? We have, what do we have? We have Ilanin, all the trees, the Shayin vegetation, the Gineta de Eden. Gan Eden is the third one in Patah Eliyahu. Why is it the third one? Lefish Sover Keman de Amar, there's the opinion that says, in Midrash, the Gan Eden Nivra B'Yom Shelishi. Gan Eden was created on Tuesday, the third day of creation. So that's the reason that it comes here in Patah Eliyahu, bring Gan Eden as a third object that's created in the Aretz. I'll continue with another explanation. Another reason that Hana will bring many details about all the things that's been created. Beside what we actually see with our eyes, like everything that we see in this world, in the creation, Agashmiim, Haaretz halazu v'chol sevaeha, everything that's created in this world that we see, there's a lot of things up there that we don't even have any kind of access to it. How could we understand about something or understand and understand it, something that we cannot even imagine in our mind? You know, like everything that's up there, we don't have any kind of access to it. We cannot even think about what's up there. And how, with what we see in this world, everything that we have here, I said that it's been created in the form of what's up there. And everything in Shamayim is somehow, what we see in this world is like a reflection of it. Everything that is up there. It's been created in a form of what's up there. Through this, somebody who has Hashem given him, like awarded him that understanding, that he has binah, that he understands something, but through something else. Hashem Baruch Hu created everything and put them in the right place here in our world. And everything that we see here is like a siman. It's like a siman and remez, sign and hint to all the things that are exalted and sublime that is in Shamayim. That through them we understand what's going on up there. And when you look at the creation here, we sort of understand Elyonim, everything that happens up there. ובהם יבואו לדמות ולהמשיך בדברים העליונים. And through them, a person can come and basically liken himself to what's up there. We have a lot of potential, it says over here. That a person, it says, the next part says that we actually run the whole world. The Jewish people, we run the whole world. We'll get to that. That's the next part. כמו שכתוב באיוב, it's very, very famous in איוב, מבשרי אחזה אלוקה. From my body, I can understand the Creator. ועל ידם האדם רואה ומכיר אלוהותו. And through them, through everything that we see here, all the creation, we can understand and understand the Creator, Hashem יתברך. כי כל מה שיש בעולם הזה הם ענפים. Everything that we see here in עולם הזה is like branches of what's up there. ויש להם שורשים גדולים בעולמות העליונים. And everything that is here has some kind of root in עולמות העליונים, in the world up there. ומענפים שיש בזה העולם מבינים שורשם העליון. And through the branches, which is basically all the creation that we see here, we understand to some point שורשם העליון, the root that they have up there. So to read this word, we understand what's going on up there. We continue, ואמר אליהו לאינסוף ברוך הוא. Eliyahu explain about the אינסוף ברוך הוא והשם יתברך. הנה בראת את כל אלו הדברים, you created everything that we see and we talk about. Now we go back to the Patah Eliyahu itself. להשתמודעה בהון אילאין. כדי לדעת ולהבין על ידם את סודות כל ספרות העליונות. So we understand and we come to recognize and to learn through them all the sodot, all the secrets of the ספרות העליונות. We're back to Patah Eliyahu. ואיך יתנהגון בהון אילאים ותתאים. ואיך יתנהגו and how behave and runs על ידי בני ישראל. Through the Jewish people, העולמות העליונים והתחתונים. That we basically run everything. What we do here runs the whole world. That's what it says here. ואיך יתנהגו, behave and runs על ידי בני ישראל, through the action of the Jewish people, העולמות העליונים והתחתונים. All the words of up and down. כי כל ההנהגות העולמות תלויים בתחתונים. Everything that happens up there in Shamayim is based on what we do here. It has some kind of connection. כי אם בני ישראל מתנהגים ביושר, if the Jewish people are behaving ביושר, in the right way, ובצדק, and with righteousness, ומטיבים את מעשיהם, and they try to make their actions good, אז כל העולמות מקבלים שפע רע מאינסוף ברוך הוא. Then all the world up and down מקבלים שפע רב. They accept abundance of blessing from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. וכולם הם בתכלית השלמות. And everything gonna be in the maximum of completeness. Everything gonna be complete. אם חס וחלילה, and חס וחלילה להפך, גם העליונים מפסידים ונמנע מהם השפע. Not only we miss here, if we חס ושלום do bad things, not only we miss here all the blessing, also העליונים, even the word up there, מפסידים, they lose. שנמנע מהם השפע, that is going to be prevented from them all the blessing. It's not only here that it's suffering, even up there. Things are not going well, based on what we do. כי האדם כולל בכוח נשמתו, לכל עמוד הביע. Because our neshama is sort of like connected to all the עולמות ביע, בריסי עשייה. וכל העולמות תלויים בו מעשיו. All the world up there is תלויים. It's like connected and depends of מעשיו, what we do here. Now we go back to Patah Eliyahu again. ואיך ישתמודעון אליי ותתאב. ואיך ידעו העליונים והתחתונים, and Ha understand everything that is up there and down here. That through everything that we see here that's been created, all the details that is in a creation, we understand the greatness of Hakadosh Baruch Hu through what we see here and what's been created. Back to Patah Eliyahu. Veled diyada bach kelal. Aval becha ensof Baruch Hu. But when you come to Hakadosh Baruch Hu itself, en mi sheyeda v'yasik shum mahud ve'ichud klal. There is nobody that understands and has any access to the essence and the quality of him at all. We don't understand, what Hakadosh Baruch Hu is. We cannot even contemplate, what it is. We don't have that ability. There is not even our mind can grasp what is the essence and what is the Hakadosh Baruch Hu itself. And there is nobody that can understand the greatness of Hashem. Hashem is great and romemut. Just we are be able to know and to understand Shu Adon Hakol. He is the master of everything. Umimenu nimshach hakol beratzon ve'ahava ve'nedava. That everything comes from him, based on his will, based on his love, based on his charity. Hashem gives us everything nedava. We don't deserve anything. Hashem gives us every day, constantly. He says nedava, and that means charity, right? Back to Patah Eliyahu. Ubar minach let ichuda be'levet hatayet. V'chutz mimcha, except Hakadosh Baruch Hu, en ichud be'levet hachtoin. There is not oneness in olamot up and down. Ki kol hashemot ve'asefirot en ichudam ela yedei or ensof Baruch Hu hamchaberam. Because all the sefirot, there is no oneness in them unless Hakadosh Baruch Hu basically give them to being and also to connect them. And chas v'chalila Hakadosh Baruch Hu basically pulls himself from them. And Hakadosh Baruch Hu leaves everything. It's like the bundle become like broken. And all the things, that the whole world was created based on Otyot. Otyot HaTorah is what Hakadosh Baruch Hu used to create the world. So this is like a code of all the creation, the Otyot of the Torah. He said the Otyot v'Hashemot itpardu. So all the Otyot, it's like you put in like a puzzle together. All the Otyot allows this world to exist. So once this bundle is broken, I say v'Otyot Hashemot itpardu. It becomes separated one from the other. Then the whole creation gonna be like annulled. It's gonna be like destroyed. Back to Patah Eliyahu. Ve'an ishtemoda adon ad kolah. Ve'aton noda ve'nikar al yedei hanivraim. But Hakadosh Baruch Hu can sort of understand when there is such a creation that is so complicated. There has to be somebody who created it and runs it. World cannot run by itself. Like everything. Like a clockwork. Sun goes down, day, night. Everything is like clockwork. So you have to understand that somebody, and we understand and recognize based on all the creation, that you are the master of everything. Back to Patah Eliyahu. וכל ספירן כל חד לשם ידיעה. וכל אחד מהספירות, and each one of the ספירות, יש להם שם ידוע, משמות הקדושים. They have a certain name of the holy names in them, and every ספירה has its own name. והשם הזה הוא מגביל את הספירה במציאות רוחניותה. This word, the word that is basically analyzed is ספירות, restrict every sephira b'metziur rochaniuto, and the way that it's supposed to be in olamot rochani. V'Hashem as-sephira asma hakol davar echad, and the name and the sephira itself is one thing. V'gam as-sephira tigra al shem peulota, and also the sephira is been called based on its function and action. Like we have chesed, which kindness. Gevura, the opposite. So every sephira, tigra al shem peulata, it's been called based on its function and action. Kemo chesed gevura, that's kindness and gevura. Ve'en ze domeh lazeh, and one is not like the other. Every sephira is different. Kemo she'en peulatehem shavot, just like their function and their action is not the same. Back to Patah Eliyahu. ובעון התקראו מלאכיה ובאלו השמות של הספירות, נגיד based on the name of these ספירות, נקראים המלאכים הממונים על פעולות הספירות. You know that every ספירה has its own malach that runs it. You know, I was like have malachim that every one of them has a certain function. You know, that they're kind of like in charge of every ספירה. It says, באלו השמות של הספירות, נקראים המלאכים הממונים על פעולות הספירות. And every malach that is been in charge of the function of every sephira, based on their responsibility, it's called their name. If it's been sent to do chesed, you know, the sephira and malach says it's called chastikel. I would say that the name that is not very, very common, we don't normally pronounce it. So this is Chasti and Aleph Lamet. Ve'im lif'ol gevura, and if it's sent here to do judgment, Nira Gabriel. So based on the function of the Ish Sephirah and Ish Malach, it's been called a different name. Back to Patah Eliyahu. Give me a few more minutes to get to this. Ve'an let lach shem yediah. אבל אתה אין לך שם ידוע, אבל הקדוש ברוך הוא itself doesn't have a specific name. כי אתה אינסוף ברוך הוא אין שייך לכנותו בשום שם, אפילו בשם הוויה. Because we cannot basically give any kind of title to הקדוש ברוך הוא. Not even the Shem Yud Ke Vav Ke is actually a name or a title for Hashem. ולא בשם שום ספירה כגון שיגרר ברכס וגיבור. Also, הקדוש ברוך הוא cannot be called based on the name of any sephirah, like he would call like kindness or mighty. Ki eino be'al to'arim u'be'al shinui. Because Baruch Hu doesn't hold title, it's not also changeable. Ve'en leyaches elav ha'peulot rak al yedei ha'sefirot. But we understand that he does things through the sefirot. Everything that Baruch Hu does is based on the function of every sephirah. Back to Patah Eliyahu. De'anhu memale kol shemahan. Ki ata memale et kol shemot. You are fulfilling all the names. Rotze lomar, explain what does that mean. She'ensof Baruch Hu memale be'oro hagadol. Hakadosh Baruch Hu fills with his great light et kol ha-sefirot haniqra'ot b'shemot. All the sefirot that is called by the names. Ki hu ha'asmut. Hamit betoch has-sefirot, because he is the essence and the substance that expand betoch has-sefirot, inside of all the sefirot, u'memale u'mechaye otam, that basically fulfill and give them life. Vehu ikaran, and he is the basis and core principle of all the sefirot. Kedimyon haneshama she'ikar suraguf, just like a neshama. That is basically the essence, the basis and core principle of our body. Because our body without neshama cannot do anything. Back to Patah Eliyahu. Ve'anhu shelimud echulehu. Ve'atahu hamashim et kol ha-sefirot. And you are the one who fulfills and completes all the sefirot. Rotze lomar, explain what does that mean. She'ensof Baruch Hu al yedei shif'o ha-temidi, that Baruch Hu, through his blessing that he gives constantly, mashlim et kol ha-sefirot bechinat gadlut. He basically fulfills and completes all the sefirot in the gadlut. That's why it says that we have like few stages, you know, in the sefirot. You know, we have katnut, we have yenikah, we have gadlut. Gadlut is like the maturity. When the sefirot become complete and become gadlut, means maturity. Ki ha-neshama mitpashet behem. Hakadosh Baruch Hu is like a neshama that basically expand into them. ובא לחורות שעיקר הפעולה תלויה באינסוף ברוך הוא. And through them we understand, and he explains to us that עיקר הפעולה, the core principle and the basis of everything, that every function of the Sefirot, תלויה באינסוף ברוך הוא. It dependent on אינסוף ברוך הוא. ואף על פי שהפעולות נפעלות על ידי הספירות. Even though everything that happened through the Sefirot, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one that basically neshama for the Sefirot. It gives them like the power to do what they do. We can do maybe one more section, then we get to the... Sure. Continue in Patah Eliyahu. V'chad an tistalek minahon. V'she'ata mistalek mehem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if he pulls himself from them, hakavana, what does that mean? Al-istalekut asmud or ha'insof baruch hu. That means that when it kind of pulls himself away, that Ora and Sof Baruch Hu, that expand into the Sefirot, Patah Eliyahu continue. Ishta'aru kullahu shamahan ki gufa v'lo nishmata. Ishta'aru kol ha-Sefirot. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu basically takes his light from all the Sefirot, Ishta'aru kol ha-Sefirot kelim rakim beli toelet. All the Sefirot remain like the empty vessels, beli toilet, that you cannot do anything. Just like a person who passes away is the same person that was yesterday, but when the neshama goes out, he cannot do anything. The same thing here. And Sefirot cannot do what they're supposed to do. All their function, all their action gonna be a stop. We can just do the explanation, explain what the part that we said, and then we can stop probably here. Harav says, the subject that we just talked about, that histalekut means to pull away, itpashetut means to expand. It's not just like we understand like the peshat of the thing. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu basically pull himself away, and is not found in that place. Because we said that at the previous stage, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't have a specific place. And the HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't have like an address or a specific place that he is. So what's the understanding that HaKadosh Baruch Hu pull himself away or expand? What does that mean? That basically this light that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives to the Sefirot basically has been hidden from them. They become hidden from them. And it's not appears in the vessels of the Sefirot. And so how does it function? HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes his light from them, so how do they function? Because you know that the neshama goes, the person basically dies and cannot do anything else. But the Sefirot still function. This is like a part of it that's going to be pulled away. He said that they have like a two kind of mochin. They have mochin katnud and gadlut. Katnud is like the elementary stage. Gadlut is like a maturity. So the maturity is going to be taken away from them. But the basis of it stays. That means mochin katnud stays all the time. כי הסתלקות הכוונה, הסתלקות המוחין דגדלות, ונשארו במוחין דקטנות, ולי the elementary מוחין stays all the time. ועוד כי הכלים הנבראים גופה יש להם שורש, and beside that, all the vessels that is called like a body, יש להם שורש בפני עצמו. They have their own root. It's like they get connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu from somewhere else. You know, it's like they have a root. What's the best explanation? Is that it's like you have a tree or you have vegetation. You know, the root goes deep into the ground to pull water. You know, even if you don't water a plant or a tree, it gets water from deep down. The same thing here. It says Sefirot has some kind of connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that even if the Mochene Gadlut, it's been taken away from them, they still have that connection, like that root, that they get the Shefa to stay alive and to also do their function. Okay, can stop here, it goes to a different section. And Hakim, okay. This is a good place.